Hi friends, welcome back. It's here. My order from the new Creating Perfumes. Today, we're gonna open it up, we're gonna see what's inside, and we're gonna do some blending. Okay, let's see what we got in here. So I purchased some Elysium Parfum pour type and a Baccarat Rouge 540 inspired formulating kit. Peanuts are simultaneously amazing and quite possibly the worst packing material you can ever use. Okay. Okay. So it looks like we have this concentrate. I'm guessing this is what that is. This is Elysium Parfum type, 15 milliliters at 100%. I'm wondering, there's no instructions here. Am I supposed to dump this into a 100 milliliter bottle and then fill it up with ethanol and thus have something like a 15% concentrate? I don't know. Perfume concentrates tend to weigh more than ethanol on a volume basis. Okay, first challenge. This is 15 milliliters at 100%. I don't know what to do with this. I mean, I know what to do with this. You put it in ethanol, but how much? There's no instructions in here. I'm going to assume, you know what happens when you assume. I'm going to assume that what I'm supposed to do with this is put this into a 100 milliliter bottle and then fill the bottle with ethanol, and then I have the end, the end fragrance. I don't know if that's the case, but that's what I'm going to do. But first, let's open up the Baccarat Rouge inspired kit. Didn't bring my pocket knife down here, so I got to use scissors. Probably a little dangerous, but whatever. Okay, that's a nice packaging. Okay, good work. Let's see what we got. Inspired by Baccarat Rouge. Oh, okay. So here, I just gotta pull them out. Okay. Oh, look, a sweet moss note. Okay. Just gonna start putting these down. Garbage. Leather note. Ooh, okay. Amberwood note. Light floral note. And a spicy citrus note. Okay. Okay. What's next? Another kit. Oh, droppers. Okay, so each of these, there's 5 droppers. Oh, don't roll away. Here, I'm gonna keep these droppers in here so they don't roll away. Okay. Next. Okay, we have a empty 5 or 10 milliliter, 7 milliliter, I don't know what that is. It's not 10, nah, probably 5 milliliters. Empty 5 milliliter bottle. And then we have some empty 2 or 3 milliliter sprayers. Great. Put those over here. And then last, a funnel. Okay. Some stickers for labeling. Great. Are these little blotters. I think these are little blotters. Great. And then finally, some cards. Some cards where you can write down your formula. Okay, and this is with Academy of Scent. I've never heard of Academy of Scent. Okay. Well, this is it. This is it. This is everything here. Okay. First thing we are going to do. Now, first off, there are no instructions. There are no instructions. If I want to make a Baccarat Rouge inspired fragrance, how do I do that with these 5 materials? I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, you know what? Let's start getting these droppers in here. I guess we're going to be working in drops today. It's full, great. You know what? And let's use some of these blotters. While we're at it, let's use some of these blotters and see what these notes smell like. Okay, those are easy to rip out. This is kind of handy. This is kind of cool. So far, what I'm most impressed about is this little booklet of scent strips. Okay, we got some labels. Move those aside. Okay, oh yeah, sweet moss note. Now I'm guessing in here is the Veramoss. Who wants to bet? Now, this doesn't fit. Which is fine. We'll put a dropper thing on here, and then we will use the dropper. Don't overfill. Okay. Good. That shouldn't overflow. Good. Okay. Leather note. Who wants to guess that in here is our saffronel? Or at least our... Yeah, saffronel. That's what I'm expecting in there. Amberwood note. Okay. And here should be some of this ambroxan that we're expecting. Light floral note. Okay. Perhaps, oh, come on. Almost lost it. Perhaps this light floral note is the Hedione. And then finally our spicy citrus. Okay, so the bergamot, I'm guessing. Maybe some eugenol. Okay. I'm wondering, what do I do here? What do I do? Because I have these 2 empty sample vials. I've got 5 materials, and let's pretend I'm a complete beginner. Let's not pretend I'm a complete beginner. How much of each of these do I add? Am I supposed to mix and match and iterate until I find something that I really enjoy? Maybe. I have no idea. I have no idea how to go about this. Let's see. First, let's test our materials. Let's take this, we'll start with the sweet moss note. And I'm going to, this is so painful. I don't just want to drop it on this and then set this down, because then the material that's on this itty bitty blotter is going to get on my desk. So, yeah, what do? Usually you bend it, right? You bend it so it stays up. let's see. I mean, let's see what happens. Let's take our sweet moss note. Let's put just a drop or two on the blotter. Let's see how well it soaks it up. No, we'll just do one drop. Just do a drop. Now, this must be Veramoss in other materials, but there must be some carrier or some solvent in here, because Veramoss is solid. The same way when we get to the ambrox or the amberwood note, there should be some ambroxan in here, but that also means there should be some type of solvent. Okay. Itty bitty. This is ridiculous. Yeah, the sweet moss note, there's a little bit of Veramoss here. Okay. Oh, boy. Let's do the leather note. I'll bend it a little bit. Let's put it here. So I wonder, are all of these pre-diluted in ethanol? Because am I supposed to mix these up and then immediately put it into, I'll bet you this is ethanol already. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take this blotter here, and we are going to dip it. I'm very familiar with how these blotters soak up ethanol. Oh yeah, okay. So ethanol has already been added to these materials. Fair enough. So let's smell our leather with our itty bitty blotter. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of that saffrolane note. Okay. There it is. Yeah. Yes. Not much. Not much, but it's there. Okay. Let's try our amberwood note. Ooh, what is this going to smell like? Okay. Again, itty bitty. I'm going to do a couple drops. Okay. I'm not sure if I can get over just how small these are. Boy, not picking up anything off of that strip. Which wouldn't surprise me if that is a lot of ambroxan. You know, ambroxan is what, 20 to 30% of the concentrate in Baccarat Rouge. And I have a problem smelling ambroxan when it's really concentrated. Let's do the light floral note. Here I'm expecting hedione, at least a lot of hedione, maybe some ionones. This makes me think of Zoolander. What is this? A perfumery kit for ants? Yep, hedione. Definitely the hedione. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Last, certainly not least, spicy citrus. All right, spicy citrus. Let's put it on there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely spicy. Definitely citrus. Smells like, it almost smells like cardamom. You know, cardamom has that cool, it's a cool spice, but it might be whatever's in here plus bergamot or a little bit of lemon. Okay. All right. I have no idea what to do here. Let's pretend for a minute. First, let's talk about the short that I did for this. I'm not affiliated with Creating Perfume. I'm flattered that some of you would think I would have sponsors with my, 3,000 YouTube subscribers. Flattered. Thank you. Not sponsored. Nothing is sponsored. This is all self-funded. 2, I was surprised at the aggressiveness of some of the opinions that people hold about what Creative Perfume is doing. Some people are pretty defensive about what it means to be a perfumer, what it means to do perfumery. And I don't know. I don't judge, but I did find it interesting. My point with Creating Perfumes, first, I wanted to wish them luck on a pivot. Pivots are hard. Any business, when they pivot, they put their business at risk. So, kudos to them for making a pivot. 2, I no longer purchased from Creating Perfumes. I had enough experiences, and by enough, I mean I had 2 experiences, purchasing materials from them, which were just outright not good. Simple bergamot just wasn't good. And then I bought a neroli. I should have known better. Absolutely not good. It was so not good, I fed the perfume log in my front yard. Their individual aroma chemicals, the aroma molecules, those were fine. But, if I'm going to pick a supplier, I want to get as much as I can from that supplier. And unfortunately for me, Creating Perfumes wasn't delivering on the naturals, so I had stopped buying from them. It sounds like they had been making money, and this is what I read on the internet. And remember what Abraham Lincoln once said, don't believe everything you read on the internet. I've read that these have been popular. The people have been buying concentrates, and so they were going to focus on that. I should have just reached out to them and asked what's the deal with the with the pivot. So finally, who are they catering to if they are doing these inspired kits? They're catering to a group who doesn't want to invest in a wall of glory. They're catering to a group that wants a guided solution to creating a formula. I can already tell there's room for improvement here. There is no guidance here. There are assumptions. There are really cool knickknacks here, I think, especially from a beginner's lens, from someone who knows nothing about perfumery, who doesn't have any tools. This is pretty cool. For someone who does kind of know their way around, there's a lot missing here, but I am not their target market. I think this will help some people scratch an itch where they can start building their own fragrances without having to do all of this. And I know you don't have to do all this to build your own fragrances. You can start really small and have a lot of fun and build your own and explore, but some people just might not want to do that. And I am not going to be one to hate on those people. So again, kudos to Creating Perfume, and I wish them the best of luck. I did hear, or at least I read, they were starting to reintroduce some aroma chemicals. I hope the quality control on those is really tight, because if I end up going back to Creating Perfume for any naturals, I'm going to be very judgy. I will be judgy on that front. Let's get back to blending. Let's pretend I'm starting fresh. We've got 2 things here. So we are going to do 2 trials. The first trial, I'm going to assume It's an even amount of each of the 5 materials in, in the blend. That's just what I'm going to assume. If I don't know any better, if I don't know any better, holy cow, my English today is terrible. Coffee break. Okay. If I didn't know any better, I would say 20 drops a piece. And that, what else am I to assume? I have no idea. What else am I to assume? This is what we're going to do. We're going to get our blotter. Does this fit? Oh, look at that. Just fits. We are going to do an equal amount of each note in our sample. So let's start with our sweet moss note. Let's tear this. I want to see, I'm going to do 20 drops each. And I want to see, well, let's see what 20 drops is first. Okay, this is going to be hard. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We're going to have maybe 1.5 grams. Okay, 20 drops, 0.275 grams. Great, let's do our leather note. Again, 20 drops, because I have no idea what it's supposed to be. This is simultaneously fun and frustrating. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's fun because I get to do an experiment. I can actually feel what it's like. And again, imagine, just put on your newbie glasses. Like, this is round 1 of perfumery. You can do this and go, ooh, look, I can make multiple trials. I can experiment with the formula. I'm doing exactly what a real perfumer does. You put some stuff in, you smell it, you test it. I wasn't counting. We're going to say that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get to experience prepackaged. You get to experience what this is like. And let's be honest, this is the fun part. Okay, taking all that stuff and mixing them and experimenting, that is super fun. Smelling what it's like, that is the best. Absolutely the best. And here, I don't have to break the bank to do it. It's 114 bucks. That's a lot. But I get it. I get why this is 114 bucks, especially when this Elysium type is only 17. This is 17. Let me double check that. Yeah, this 15 mils, $17. If I can make 100 ml fragrance that smells like Elysium for 15 bucks, that's crazy. This other kit is 100 bucks, 115. Sorry, 114. But I get it. This is all packaged. This is hand packaged. Every single box we opened, someone is in there paying California minimum wage, okay, is filling those up. So I get it. Okay, next up, we have our amberwood note, 20 drops. Two, 3, 4, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. Speaking of drops, did you ever see that YouTube video of Roger Dove, using making a perfume for the Fragrance Foundation UK? And dude's taking his materials and doing 10 drops of orange and 20 drops of pink pepper and and whatnot. I got a kick out of that. Okay. Light floral note, our Hedion, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got to do 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay. One more, the spicy citrus note. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, this one's a little heavier. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay. Let me, oh, I suppose I could have used the funnel. There's a little funnel, but I didn't use the funnel. So let's put this cap on. We'll give it a little shake. Make sure it's blended. And let's give it a dip. Okay, let's see how our Baccarat Rouge inspired formula is. Gotta let it dry. Okay, this is nice. Easy. It does smell similar to Baccarat Rouge 540. Is it a spot-on replacement? No, of course not. Nothing is. Nothing is. But is it that mossy, sweet, you know, light, airy, heady-on? Yes. Yes, it is. But I'm going to stop here. I don't feel the need to iterate through this. I think me just using even parts was totally fine. It was just enough. So let's now switch gears and do the Elysium type. I am going to put this in a big old bottle. I'm going to use just a pipette. I'm going to pipette this out, and we'll do it that way. Oh, comes a little seal. Great. Now, I do wonder here, who is this targeted to? This must be targeted because it's sold at 15 milliliters. So it must be targeted to someone who just wants a clone or a dupe, but they don't want to spend 50 bucks or, you know, whatever it is. And perhaps they already have a pipette, they've got a bottle, they have ethanol, they have Perfumer's alcohol. Let's get this in here. I'm not using the scale that I have this on, only goes up to 200 grams. The bottle alone is more than 200 grams, so I'm not catching the total weight of the 15 milliliters of concentrate, which is fine. If it's 15 milliliters of concentrate, usually I assume it's like 0.9 grams per milliliter, where ethanol is 0.8 grams per milliliter. I assume the concentrate is just a little heavier, still not as heavy as water. I believe water is 1 gram per milliliter. If there are any scienticians out there that want to correct me, feel free. But the weight of your concentrate is going to vary depending on the concentrate, because molecules weigh different. You know, different molecules weigh different amounts. Okay, we've got that. Let's get in some ethanol here. we're just going to fill it up. This bottle is from Stocksmedic. What I like about Stocksmedic so far, I've had a good experience with them. Occasionally I get broken bottles. That sucks. But if I ever get broken bottles, they will send a replacement. So that's helpful. But what's nice about Stocksmedic, again, not affiliated, not sponsored. What's nice is that you don't have to buy hundreds of bottles, hundreds of atomizers and caps. You can go to a particular bottle and buy a sample. A sample is 3 bottles. And then you can choose 3 atomizers to go with it, 3 caps, and they will send you a sample. I think it's like it's $36 or something like that for 3 bottles, 3 sample bottles with the atomizers and caps. So it's a good solution if you need just a few bottles, or if you just want to try out some bottles and atomizers. Okay. All right, let me smash this down. Okay. We have our bottle. It's going to take a while for the juice or for the concentrate to macerate in this, but I think we're going to give it a spray anyway. Just give it a try. Let's get this on a scent strip and see. How close is this to Elysium? Ooh, strong. Okay, that's not half bad. It's not half bad. This is actually pretty good so far. This is just the opening. The opening is very fruity, citrusy. I would expect in 30 minutes for me to start getting the vetiver note that's heavy in here. But so far, so good. So let's talk a little bit while this dries down a little bit. I purchased for $17 a 15 milliliter concentrate. Now to use this, you need ethanol. To use this, you need a bottle, and you need bottle closure tools, whether it be something that you can push for a little push atomizer. This is a push atomizer. You don't need a crimp. You don't need something like this to crimp it on there, or you don't need a crimp press. You can just push it on. However, you do need something to push it with, whether that be your muscles or something else. So there's that. So not totally turnkey, but very inexpensive if you want an inspired fragrance that you can whip up on your own. Now, for the kit of putting together the Baccarat Rouge inspired formula, I can see what they're trying to do. It's not for me. Of course it's not for me. Look at the toys I have back here. Of course it's not for me. I still think for someone who just wants to dip their toes in the perfumery pool, this is a killer option. It's a little spendy. It's $114, but think of what you get. We get our notes. You get little scent strips, though these, I wish they were longer. I wish they actually fit into the bottle, but you can't win them all. You get a couple labels. You get these really interesting formula cards, It's a complete turnkey solution to just trying to experience what is it like to blend your own fragrance. I think it's great for someone just wanting to try it. For someone wanting to start, but start a little bit deeper, then no, don't do that. Buy one of the starter kits that you can get from Perfumer's Apprentice or Harrison Joseph. You can find these starter kits that have a whole bunch of materials, individual molecules. They may even come with pipettes and scent strips, but you're going to need a scale. You're going to need other stuff, ethanol, right? You're going to need your own labels. But I think this is a good option. I think it's a good option for people just wanting to try it. And the fragrance is pretty close. So you get something that smells very similar to Baccarat Rouge. I'll tell you what, I've smelled colognes and TJ Maxx that don't smell this good. Okay? So take that for what it's worth. Let's get back to our Elysium. Let's see if that vetiver note's coming through. Not yet. Still very grapefruity, very blue. Very blue. By blue, I mean that sweet, musky, appley, pre-cyclamone, that kind of vibe. I can sense there's something earthy underneath here, but the bergamot and the grapefruit's really overpowering it right now. Again, I want to wish Creating Perfume the best of luck. Business is hard. All business is hard. And pivots are tough, but I hope that they are able to find some success in what they're leaning into. I hope that these kits are a gateway drug for people who want to get into perfumery but don't know where to start. I hope these little kits help inspire people to actually want to buy the individual aroma chemicals, the essential oils, and start experimenting and blending. Because it's so much fun. If you're watching this and you do that, you know this is so much fun. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.